7 unique and unusual dating couples you won't believe exist. Gabriel da Silva and Catucia Hoshino. Paulo Gabriel da Silva Barros and Catucia Hoshino, both from Brazil, got married on September 17, 2016, after dating for 8 years. On November 3, 2016, they broke the record for the world's shortest couple, surpassing fellow Brazilians Douglas Meister Brieger da Silva and Claudia Pereira Rocha, who held the previous records and measured 35.4 inches and 36.6 inches respectively. Together, they are both 5 feet 10 inches tall. Paulo, a legal secretary who is 30 years old and 34.8 inches tall, has dystrophic dysplasia dwarfism, and Catucia, 26, who has achondroplasia dwarfism and is about an inch taller than Paul and has a beauty salon. But the Barros has long desired the title of the shortest couple, but in order to be recognized, they had to be legally wed. The couple also expressed their joy at taking part in World Record Day and having their special record honored. Joseph Williams and Vania. Joseph Williams, a Chicago resident who was born without a chin due to otofacial syndrome, a very rare condition that results in birth defects of the mandible, the lower jaw or jawbone. However, when he met the love of his life changed. The couple also shared the criticism they received from people when they decided to get married. But despite the challenges they have encountered, they have emerged more resilient than ever. The 41-year-old man's condition, which resulted from a mutated gene, rendered him unable to speak or chew, and he feeds himself using a feeding tube and communicates with sign language. Williams also said that he often felt worthless, until he started to believe in himself and his capacity to find love. When he fell in love with his wife, it brought him a tremendous self-assurance. Tyler Ziegel and Renee Ziegel. Tyler Ziegel was a handsome man before the incident which altered his life. He was scorched by a suicide bomber, causing him to lose his entire face. After being discharged from the hospital, he and Renee made the decision to get married. Although many people advised Renee to leave him as it was a difficult decision and won't be a successful marriage. But Renee chose to marry him regardless of advice from anyone. However, in 2012, Ziegel later passed away. Gabriela and Victor Peralta. Both Gabriela and Victor are quite weird and unbelievable individuals, but the fact that they have now become a couple makes them even more fascinating. They hold the record of most body modifications and most tattooed couple on the planet. Victor has 90% of his body covered in tattoos, while Gabriela has 65%. Both have been in relationship for almost 2 decades and totally deserve a place in most unique couples on the planet. Sean Stevenson and Mindai Nis. Sean is an American therapist, a self-help author and motivational speaker. He was born with a rare condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, due to which has fragile bones, stands only 3 feet tall and uses a wheelchair to move. Surprisingly, his wife is perfectly normal and beautiful woman from Arizona, who once stated that Sean is one of the most sexually active men she has ever met. The couple declared to have an awesome sexual life, which might be a surprise to most people, perhaps to Sean's disabilities. Amanda Rogers and Sheba. Amanda Rogers' husband isn't any human, but a dog named Sheba. Amanda Rogers, a British woman, was once married to a man, but unfortunately the marriage was a big failure. So, she decided to go for a non-human partner. When asked why did she marry a dog instead of a man, she replied, "Sheba had been in my life for years, making me laugh and comforting me when I was feeling low. I couldn't think of anything more I'd need from a life partner." Kyle Jones and Marjorie McCool. We have so far seen several examples of couples having massive age gap. But this couple is probably the most weird among them. Kyle Jones, who's in love with Marjorie McCool, is more than 60 years older than him. Not only, she's his real grandmother, yes, you heard that right. Kyle Jones stated to have an active sexual life with his own grandmother. How not to call that outlandish? We got every reason to call this couple one of the most weird. They are so unique that this is probably the only existing couple to have this kind of relationship on this planet.